Thank you. Thank you. I'm the real Joseph Lowery. Until Johnny Carr came, I was going to be the oldest person who spoke, which would have granted me an additional 15 minutes. Eyes have not seen, and ears have not heard. Humility and greatness merged with such grace. 20-some years ago, Mrs. Parks gave our youngest daughter, Cheryl, a wedding present, a check for $25. And then we didn't see her again for 9 or 10 months, and somewhere my daughter heard me describing her as a gentle giant, and she came to me and said, "Daddy, yesterday, Miss Parks wasn't so gentle." I said, "What did she do?" She asked me, "Young lady, why haven't you cashed that $25 check?" I can't balance my checkbook. She didn't understand that check had become sacrosanct. And my daughter told her, "Miss Park, I ain't never gonna cash that check." How do you honor in a manner that's spiritually and historically correct a woman of this magnitude? Ceremony is one way. This is the third ceremony I've been to. We had one in Atlanta. I went to Montgomery because I was there when she started, and I wanted to be there when she departed. And I'm here today. Ceremony is one way you do it. Ceremony is venting feelings. It's translating thoughts into words and symbolic acts. But the truth of the matter is that ceremonies end with the benediction. Can't do justice to Rosa-Parks letting your tribute end in ceremony. You have to move from ceremony to sacrament. Sacrament takes up where ceremony leaves off. See, ceremony is like putting a ring on her finger at the wedding. But sacrament is ringing her life with love and joy every day and every hour. The sacrament, baptism is a ceremony, but living holy after the baptism is sacramental. And I believe if we could do justice to Sister Parks, we must not stop with sacrament. The President of the United States engaged in ceremony in the rotunda, but he stopped short of sacrament when he missed an opportunity to name somebody to the courts in the spirit of Rosa-Parks for diversity and minority rights. He stopped short of sacrament. I call upon you today, let's don't stop with this ceremony. You must move from ceremony to sacrament. Sacramental honor means that never again can you let an election pass without getting up and casting your vote. Sacrament means that we must not tolerate homelessness and hunger in the midst of our community. Sacrament means that we know where the weapons of mass destruction are. They're not in Iraq, they're in Detroit and Chicago and Atlanta and Montgomery. That's where the weapons of mass destruction are. 50 million people in this country with no health insurance. That's a weapon of mass destruction. Minimum wage is a weapon of mass destruction. And in the spirit of Rosa-Parks, as I take my seat, we must sacramentally understand that drug addiction and drug selling is a weapon of mass self-destruction. And in the spirit of Rosa-Parks, we must rise up and sacramentally share that addiction. Finally, we must understand in the spirit of Rosa-Parks, in the spirit of saintly womanhood, we must teach our young people as children to stop having children. That's a weapon of mass self-destruction. And so I go to take my seat now, calling you to go from ceremony to sacrament. Sitting in Montgomery the other day as I spoke was Dr. Condoleezza Rice, the Secretary of State, old homegirl from Alabama. And I took advantage of the moment because she couldn't move. She had to sit there and hear what I had to say. I'm coming, Mr. Mayor. Well, I come all the way from Atlanta. You ought to give me an extra minute. I said to Condoleezza, she made a beautiful tribute to Miss Park. But I said, Dr. Rice, Sister Secretary of State, what a glorious tribute it would be if you and the governor of Alabama and the mayor of Montgomery would join John Conyers and Sister Kilpatrick and John Lewis in extending the Voting Rights Act. That would be a tribute, a sacramental tribute to Rosa Parks. And she shook her head and said she would. Thank God for Rosa Parks. Let's move from ceremony to sacrament.